Greetings. Today I will be explaining how to set up your annotated works cited. So let's get started. First thing you're going to do is open up a new document. Whether you use Google Docs, Microsoft Word, what have you, just open up a new document. So we are going to set this up according to MLA, or Modern Language Association guidelines. So first thing you're going to do, the cursor will be left aligned. So you're going to type your name. In this case, I'm going to put sample student. Hit enter because the second line should be your professor's name, in this case, Professor Leavis, then the title of the course. We are English 101, Distance Education for Fall 2020, and then when the assignment is due. In this case, it is due on October 6th of 2020. Okay, next thing we're going to do is set up the title. So notice how up here, there's the alignment button. I clicked on it, and I'm going to click the center line because that's where your title should always go, is center aligned. In this case, is foster care system reform, okay? And then annotated works cited. Now, as you can see, there are some spelling errors, so let's fix those. Okay, then we're going to hit enter. We need to go back to our left align button. Now from here, what I like to do is Control A, and that's going to highlight the entire text on your page. Now we need to make sure we are in normal text. We're going to click on the font. We're going to go to Times New Roman, and we're going to make sure that our font size is 12. Next thing we do is scroll all the way over to the spacing tab, and we're going to click on double. Okay, there we go. A couple of more housekeeping things. One, where it says untitled document, you need to put your last name. So in this case, I'm going to put student example and then AWC English 101 Fall 2020. Okay, so your last name, AWC English 101 Fall 2020. Okay, looks like we're pretty much set, except we need to format. So we're going to take the entire indented and move both over to 0.5. Then we're going to grab the blue rectangular bar on top and move it all the way back to 0. So what this is going to do is it's going to left align the first text, and then it'll keep the secondary text more indented. Okay, now I have a student annotated works cited entry, and I'm going to add it here. Okay, let me scroll back up. Come on. All right. Okay, so notice how our citation source, we have two authors, Cox and Mikado. The title of the article is Foster Care in the Modern United States, Causes and Concerns from Social Work Today. And then, of course, all its bibliographic information. But notice how it's extended it, right? And then everything else is perfectly aligned. So the first paragraph is a summary. That's just why we practice summarizing with our writing project number 1. It's a summary of what the article is about. So I will read it for you. Cox and Mikado articulate the need for greater oversight regarding foster care placement, specifically physical home checks, ongoing foster parent mental health evaluations, and consistent child welfare interviews. Cox and Mikado found that 1 of every 4 foster homes lacks adequate personal space per child, which can be found on page 18. Contrastly, foster parents, quote, lack any formal mental evaluations, end quote, to gauge susceptibility to mental health concerns. In addition, out of 9,600 child welfare cases in 2015, only 3% of foster children were interviewed or asked by their assigned social worker regarding the child's perceived happiness and or safety in the foster home. So that was the summary, what the article's about. Here's some specifics. Here's a quote, statistics, that sort of thing. The next paragraph is your evaluation. How could you possibly use this article, this information in your research paper? So the student wrote, Cox and Mikado's use of empirical evidence from their 5-year study will provide substantial evidence to my argument that more consistent home checks are needed. Furthermore, the anecdotal stories regarding perceived happiness lend credence to the notion that foster children lack agency in their choice of home placement. Finally, I will use the lack of foster parent mental health evaluations as a precursor to my point that we need stronger, more stringent vetting processes in place to minimize abuse. So again, notice how the students stuck to the rule of 3. So here are 3 main points from the article, and here are 3 main ways that I could use the article in my research paper / argument, which is what you're trying to do. So I will put an example of this in our classroom so that you can look at it at your leisure. The other point to make is that it's 1 entry per page, okay? So 1 article with its bibliographic information, summary, and then evaluation per page. Okay, any questions? Please email me using your VVC email in Canvas. Other than that, have a great day. Bye.